Hey guys, this is Caleb with DSLR Video Shooter, and today we're talking about LED bulbs and why you might not want to get rid of your old softboxes. So here's the deal. Every day I get emails or messages or tweets or comments from people saying, thank you so much for these LED videos that you've been doing. I'm looking forward to upgrading, getting rid of my big bulky softboxes. And I want to deal with some misconceptions and talk about these awesome LED bulbs for video use. So first and foremost, softboxes, yes, they're big and bulky, but you shouldn't think that just LEDs will solve all your problems. If you just take a normal LED panel and point it at yourself, you're not going to get nearly as soft a light out of those unless you have some kind of special modifier. Softboxes are great because there's distance between the bulb or source and the actual diffusion material. They'll give you softer light and they'll keep the light from spilling all over the place instead of using like an umbrella. So just switching to LEDs won't give you the same quality light. They will give you less heat, less problems with power, and you can dim them and things. But you shouldn't just ignore the softbox form factor because it's very useful for controlling and softening your light. And that's where these LED bulbs come in. Instead of using those nasty incandescent bulbs or the fluorescent bulbs, they actually now make these LED bulbs that are specifically designed for photography and video. So let's go straight into it and talk about three that I've picked up and which ones you should consider going with. The first and foremost is this corncob style bulb right here. It is $20 or $19 and is 40 watts, which is pretty amazing output considering the cost. All of these LED bulbs have a standard, socket, so you can screw it directly into your old existing lights and upgrade them to LED. The next one I picked up were a bunch of these newer LED bulbs. They have good output, but they have a fan in them and they're really loud, so I'd probably skip these. Very similar to these is this Savage bulb. You can see they're almost identical in every way, except for we've got a diffuser on the newer one and no diffuser on this Savage bulb. But this bulb is 50 watts. It does come at a cost at around $50. It does also have a fan, but it's not nearly as noticeable and I think will work fine for most video applications. Now with these bulbs, you will not have flickering, or at least I have not seen any flickering on these, and you won't be able to dim them. At least I haven't experimented with dimming them, but they're really not designed for that. They just take the mains AC voltage and convert them to DC for use with the LED chips on these lights. The main use for these is using them with socket-based lights. So all of those super cheap kits you can pick up on Amazon or eBay or wherever, like this one right here, you can immediately get LED and all the benefits of LED, but without the hassle of traditional bulbs or fluorescent bulbs. So now what I'm going to do is throw these in a light, set it up as a key, and show you how much bang for your buck cheap softboxes with these LED bulbs will get you. All right, guys, I have the light set up just up and out of frame as a key light using that softbox we talked about, and the bulb I have in there at the moment is the Savage 50 watt. So we're looking at 50 watts for my settings. I'm at f4.5 and ISO 200 on my G7. So very respectable, and I usually expose a little brighter and then bring it back down in post. So I think that's plenty of output for a setup like this. I'm at a medium framing, so it'd be a little different if I was at wider or different if I was closer. Something to listen for is the fan inside of this particular bulb. So I'm going to shut up here and you'll be able to hear it, and maybe even my dishwasher in the background. I've had the light on for a little while. It seems a little louder than when it was originally turned on, so we'll see what that sounds like. Otherwise, you're getting great output on this and a very affordable setup. $50 for the bulb, 20-ish or less for the softbox. And now we have the 40 watt corncob style bulb in the light. This one is silent, there's no fan. I'm worried if it might be overheating over long periods of time because it doesn't have a fan. I've left it on for a long time, a little bit over an hour without any problems so far. So it does get a little warm, but it's got great output, as you can see. With the last bulb, I had my aperture at f4.5 and ISO 200. This setup, I've bumped it up just a little bit to aperture 4.0, but very similar output. It's quiet, plenty of output for a setup like this. So there you have it, pretty straightforward. 2 different bulbs that work really well in a softbox like this. A great way to breathe fresh life into your softboxes, or just a great budget setup if you're getting started. So at the end of the day, we have great output, pretty good color, and these bulbs just are such good value for taking your existing softboxes and getting them to work as an LED light instead of fluorescent. You can find links to these in the description. Let me know if you have any questions. Great bulbs, and I think this is a fantastic budget option and something I recommend if, especially, you already have softboxes, you don't need dimming, and you're okay with having to not have a battery solution, because you're obviously going to have to plug these in and use them with AC outlets. So that'll do it for this video. Stay tuned for fresh videos here at DSLR Video Shooter every single week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.